Which of the answers listed below refers to a data link layer device designed to forward frames between network segments? So a frame is like a block of data, right? Frames is frames of data. We have hub, switch, firewall, and router. Let's go over a few of them that are not a possible answer for us. So first is going to be a firewall. I know this because a firewall, it's a security device, right? And it controls network traffic flowing in, but it's based on predefined rules. So you have people that code firewalls, or they come pre-coded, and it can operate at various layers of the OSI model. And this primarily functions as security, not frame forwarding. It has nothing to really do with that. I mentioned OSI, so let's go ahead and talk about it. What is OSI? Well, this is kind of new to me, so it might be new to you. The OSI model is the Open Systems Interconnection Model. And what this is basically how data flows across the internet. There's several layers. We're just gonna go over them briefly here. First is the physical layer. This is going to be basically cabling. This is how the raw physical element to transport data to say servers or different devices is done through hubs, repeaters, whatever. I think of cabling. Data link layer 2 is now, all right, we got the hardware in place, let's move the data. We're assuming that it's error-free and we can move data across the cabling that we've just done across the hardware. And so switches and bridges would operate here. And then we have network layer 3. This is for routing of the data packets. So we have the physical layer, okay? We have a way to move it. Now we need to route everything to the correct thing with IP addressing for, logical movement of the data to know we're moving it in the right place. So routers operate at this level and they route data where it needs to be. This layer is going to segment the data that's given to us into smaller units, and it will transfer it depending on what it is, depending on the size, with either TCP or UDP, TCP being transmission control protocol and UDP being user datagram protocol. User datagram protocol is great to transmit data fast, but it's less reliable than TCP, which is a little bit slower, but way more reliable. So they're good for different scenarios. And then after that, we have the session layer, which is layer 5. This layer manages sessions between applications. So it's going to establish and maintain or even terminate connections, ensuring that the data is properly synchronized where you want it to go. And then we have presentation layer, layer 6. This layer translates the data between the application layer and the network. So it's going to handle the encryption, compression, and translation. So that's converting data basically from computer speak to human speak, and then going through any kind of security. And then after this, we have the application layer, layer 7. This layer provides network services directly to the end user applications. So it's going to include HTTP, FTP, and SMTP. That will be hypertext transfer protocol, so web pages coming from a server, file transfer protocol, so bringing in files, and simple mail transfer protocol, receiving emails. That's all done now here. So it facilitates communication. So that's our OSI, or Open System Intercommunication, and this is basically the framework that data flows through whenever you're sending data. Now that we know that, we can probably answer the question now. So which of the answers listed below refers to a data link layer device designed to forward frames between network segments? We know it's not a firewall, we already discussed that. A router is going to be a layer 3 level of our OSI, and it's connecting different networks and forwarding data packets based on IP addresses. So this one's not it. It's not forwarding frames between network segments. And a hub, it's a very basic device. It's actually on the physical layer. It's hardware, and it simply broadcasts any received data to any connected device. So our answer for this is going to be a switch. A switch operates at data link layer 2 of our OSI model that we just went over. And OSI, just remember again, because I keep forgetting it, OSI, Open System Intercommunication. We're intercommunicating. It's an open system, so open system intercommunication. Our OSI model, level 2, switch is going to fall into layer 2. So its primary function is to forward data frames between devices on the same network segment. As you know, or if you don't know, it learned the MAC addresses of devices that connect to it, and it forwards frames only to the intended recipient, which improves network efficiency. So a switch refers to a data link layer device designed to forward frames between network segments.